I request the speakers for the next session to come on stage. Um, and I again request all of you to be precise for this session, maybe 10 minutes each for the presentations. I request uh, Sri Kumar Vinit, IS Special Secretary, Department of Information Technology and Electronics, and Managing Director, UP Resco, Government of Uttar Pradesh, to come on stage, please. A huge round of applause for him, please. I request Mr. Rupak Barua, Director and Group CEO of AMRI Hospitals, to come on stage, please. A huge round of applause for him, please. And I request Mr. Sanjay Kumar Das, Joint Secretary, Department of IT and Electronics, and the State Information Security Officer, Government of West Bengal, to come on stage, please. He is also the program mentor of this conference. So without taking much time, I hand over the session to Sanjay Da. But before that, I would like Sanjay Da to officially welcome our esteemed guest from the state of Uttar Pradesh. Can we have the bouquet on stage, please? So over to you, Sri Sanjay Kumar Das, who will be giving a special address on governance, risk and compliance in the era of breaches, efforts of West Bengal. By the way, before he starts the presentation, there was an old saying that what Bengal thinks today, India thinks tomorrow. But Sanjay Da will tell you what Bengal thinks today, FBI thinks tomorrow. I think he'll touch base upon that also. Just listen to him. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Actually, we are running short of time, and there is a Government of India meeting coming up. So my Principal Secretary is sending me message after message that I must rush. Actually, presentation for a panel does not actually go well. But as Mr. Shobhik was telling me to tell something about the efforts of West Bengal, but before that, I would really love to thank Vinit ji. Sir, thank you so much. I have been actually, you can say, participating in a number of seminars with you online. I saw the huge chamber that you sit, so, and the way you talk about, it's very efficacious, you can say, and really lovely. So I have the honor of remaining on the stage with you, sir. It's a pleasure on my part. And welcome to West Bengal. We would have loved to host you at our office and show you around the facilities that we have anytime that you like. And Mr. Borua, really thank you very much for joining us today here in the panel. But today, since the morning when my Principal Secretary started or inaugurated the program and followed by Mr. Abraham, we have been talking about a lot of problems faced by the government. But actually, those problems could be reduced if we just follow some sort of, you can say, SOP. And when we talk about SOP, we really falter what to follow and what not to follow. Just imagine, today morning I have been going through a site. It is called DLP Piper or something like that, which tells about if you click any country into that site, you will get whatever the data protection laws or practices or the short list or the SOPs followed by that country. When I clicked India, I found a lot of things which I don't know, though I have been trying to actually follow them, and I think myself a very knowledgeable person. But just going through that very site, I understood that I don't know a lot of things. I do not know a lot of things from 2011. I do not know a lot of things of 2022 even. So when we talk about governance and risk, then the whole thing comes into our mind is compliance. So I just talk to you about the breaches that we see more or less nowadays. Since this pandemic, the breach actually completely exploded all around us. You heard about Marriott, you heard about Twitter, and we talk so much about China and all. but specifically the breaches, they come more or less from, you can say, 6 specific sources like virus, spam, Trojan, and lack of security, that is security misconfiguration, phishing, and hacking. So if we go into the very current status of data, you would see that in 2021, because post that the real details have not been published, whosoever mentions what 2022 data are being collated. So in 2021, victims lost 6.9 billion to internet-enabled crimes. What we have been hearing from Mr. Abraham, then just before me, Nikhil ji bata rahe the. And if you see, the highest compromise actually emanated out of business email compromise or email account compromise. So ultimately it comes down to our lackadaisical approach for using free of cost mail services and thinking that data protection will be given by that. If we talk about the email services, the most popular one, it started with giving us encryption. Encryption as a service, just because they are encrypting it and they are keeping the key, and I'm thinking they are encrypting it. So ultimately at the end of the day, whether it is WhatsApp or it is Google, whatever we do without paying any money, so we are the product. The comic book that we have shared with you, if you see the character, the protagonist on the cover of that, the Cyber Yodha. The Cyber Yodha is wearing a T-shirt on the on it is written that when it is free, you are the product. So we know very well. Even then, we continuously use that. We know just by paying little bit of money, we can at least start fighting with those organizations, because no consideration, no contract. If we do not pay, we are allowing it to be, utilizing us. So if we actually see the data story, the cyber crimes in India specifically, सर उत्तर प्रदेश से आए हुए हैं, तो जैसे हम 2020 के अराउंड की बात करें, तो we will be seeing that 11,097 cases were reported in Uttar Pradesh in 2021, and the reporting is good. जैसे दाग अच्छे हैं, because when there is no report, that does not mean that we do not have any problem. The whole thing is in reporting. So I really am very happy that it is getting reported. The greatest challenge is to convert those reports into FIRs, those FIRs into investigation, those investigation into punishment. This turnaround should be much more, and that is the whole aspect of the game, and we should all come together. And by calling it, talking to us together, whenever there is a crime, remember, when you understand that there is a crime that has occurred with you, you are the crime scene. So you have to actually start keeping everything in a sanitized mode, whether it is your mobile phone or your desktop or your device, including your efforts. So you should not start, आप ऐसे छेड़खानी मत करें, ऐसे कोई काम ना करें, so that you are actually compromising the crime scene. And remember, when we actually identify that there has been a crime, the crime has taken at least some few hours ago. It has taken place. It took place many hours ago. The average time of detection of a malware or any type of spyware affecting our system is 63 hours. So the moot point is challenging it with 1-10-60. That means we need to identify any compromise within 1 minute. We need to actually perfect, identify, and after that detect and perfectly detect what has been the root cause within the next 10 minutes and remediate it within the next 60 minutes. If we do not do, it is actually eating us up. And when they come up with this, just like the case, consider the case of AIMS. When they published that your your device is compromised, what the entire administration did, they deplugged every device. और जैसे सोचे कि 2-3 डिवाइस में वो कॉम्प्रोमाइज आई, उन्होंने सोचा ये इसमें ही तो सही कुछ प्रॉब्लम हुआ होगा और बाकी में कुछ नहीं है. बट इट डिड नॉट हैपन लाइक दैट. दे टूक 79 hours to understand that most of the machines were compromised because lateral, this spread had taken place much before. It is the same case with everywhere. If we see the recent data breach from Airtel, MobiKwik, Big Basket, JustPay, JustPay. If you use this Paytm or Big Basket or any type of this thing, it will actually collect your OTP and put it on the fly. That is the whole thing of JustPay. And JustPay used to store all those things. And in 2019, JustPay was breached. And not only breached, it was breached so badly that 5,55,000, accounts were compromised end to end. If we take the data from Business Today, the cybersecurity incident of government-related organizations in the last 6 years, you would see that in 2019, the highest 85,797 were reported. And then it came down. Because we have been asked to comply or report within next 6 hours or 6 hours from the identification of IOC incident of compromise. And that's why in case of this AIMS, they took 79 hours to identify the point of IOC, the incident of compromise. So they could not actually report within next 6 hours because they were not sure what was the IOC incident of compromise. So it is just around us. Think about the Tata Power instance. What New York Times told that China appears to have warned India, push too hard. गालवाने में प्रॉब्लम करेंगे तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं आपके साथ देखिए. What it did in 2018 with this Ministry of External Affairs website that actually does with our passport seva. The same thing happened in case of Tata Power. And just see the entire country, the map of India, how everywhere it is under the crossroad. And what is under the crossroad? The critical information infrastructure, and that too, the blood of information technology, that is electricity. If there is no electricity, there is no information technology. So they are targeting electricity. And I don't know who are targeting. Even our own men are targeting. It is not always +92. निखिल जी, मैं आपके साथ सहमत नहीं हूँ. बीच में ये भी देखा जाता है कि +92 हमारे घर के पास में आकर के खत्म होती है. तो है ना. तो when we talk about VPN and others, it might be just next door neighbor of ours. UK's largest boarding schools got affected on 16th March. So the recent threat landscape, as per the mbroker.com, the 85% of data breaches involve human interaction. Third-party exposure, configuration mistake, poor cyber hygiene. Let me tell you, just last week, sir, we have the discussion with all the departments, and we found out that 17 of our departments have been, we have found out vulnerabilities in their applications, and in most applications are vulnerable. So we have patched them, and out of those 17 top applications, 15 are actually very easy, and they could have done it just on the fly. We required to have security by design, and that's why secure coding practice is our solution. So damages be damned. Just imagine that $190,000 is what we are losing per second. So lack of skilled resources. Today morning, Mr. Abraham was telling about 4 million cybersecurity professionals are needed across globe. My dear friend, as on today, as we are standing here, we would be requiring more than 2.5 million. The report of NASSCOM says that we would have been actually requiring 2.5 million in 2020. तो आज 2022-23 में तो आप सोचिए कितना होना चाहिए. लेकिन we do not have even 2 lakh quality professionals as on date in the entire country. Whosoever we are trying, creating the quality manpower, they are going outside. They are going, doing jobs for the other countries. So that's why that जो आंकड़े आए थे, मनोज जी बता रहे थे कि MSME क्या है, 85 और समथिंग परसेंटेज, 43% MSME टारगेट. क्यों? बिकॉज MSMEs कैनॉट अफोर्ड. हमारे पास बच्चे कहाँ हैं MSME में काम करेंगे, वो तो बाहर काम करते हैं. So securing citizens through empowerment is the solution, and cyber security awareness, skill, assurance, security satisfaction and culture. These are the most important things. So what West Bengal is doing, it is doing in scale. The book that you are with you, we have, it has more than 14 lakh downloads till today. 50,000 physical copies have been distributed. 260 cyber security awareness camps. 6 crore citizens received some sort of cyber hygiene, intimation, information. 27 lakh direct benefit transfer, beneficiaries have been remotely trained through, voice, SMS and something like that. And those, आप तो आंकड़े देख ही रहे हैं, बताएं क्या? Picture says it all, what we are doing, and we are doing it scale. So cyber crime snapshot अगर 2021 में, don't take this photo, जरूरत नहीं है, you please share it with everybody. This does not have any IPR, so anybody can take data from it, utilize it. हमारे कोई भी चीज में IPR नहीं है. इवन द कॉमिक बुक बताएं, वो जो साइबर हाइजीन की जो हैंडबुक दिया गया है, वो भी आप डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं, रेप्लिकेट कर सकते हैं, अपने तस्वीर लगा के भी छाप सकते हैं. We do not have IPR. We think that, awareness is a horizontal case, it should spread horizontally. So everybody it should not have IPR. So in 2021, this 60.8% cyber crime cases registered were actually, from the motive of fraud. A good thing of West Bengal is, against national average of 33.8% of turnover from, reporting to FIR charge sheet, ours is 60%. It's a good thing. We do a lot of things, just some of the things. As we are speaking, we have crossed 3,100, training on a police. Kaushik could tell me correctly, it is around 3,100. 100. So just imagine, sir, we have trained more than 3,100 police officials on first responder training, detailed responder training, the cyber security orientation training, and much more. So stats are sometimes, they look good. Just what we have been doing, we are trying to take care of the cyber security awareness. We are trying to take care of the assurance by securing the public ICT, and also setting up SOC, NOC, and creating an executable CCMP, the Cyber Crisis Management Plan, setting up a dedicated cyber forensic lab for the police and giving it to them. We did that in 2020, sir. We are coming up with another cyber forensic lab for the non-police activities, because right now a lot of cases, civil cases, they require, cyber forensic report, and that cannot be done by the police. So we are setting up another one. So thinking ahead of the curve, we are the first the state in the country to come up with a diploma in cybersecurity in Polytechnic. Right now, the entire country is doing so because it has been, approved by this AICTE. Vocational training on cybersecurity guard, from physical guard to the cybersecurity guard. CSCOE actually vets cybersecurity courses. CSCOE means Cybersecurity Center of Excellence. MACAUT, the West Bengal's University of Technology, it is jointly launching a postgrad diploma in cyber law and cyber forensics. I am so happy that Mr. Shubhashish, the controller of exams for MACAUT, is here today. He is the pioneer in doing this. So very soon we will be starting that. Then we have already set up a lab for West Bengal Police. We are setting up for ourselves also. Union Bank has signed an MOU and training their entire staff on our materials. And for your information, CRI has also signed an MOU with us. So for the entire eastern part of the world, that is, East Asia, Southeast Asia, and all this area, the 17 countries they actually look after from the Kolkata office. So everywhere they will be actually utilizing our materials and our training programs. The CRI has also signed this thing. Silence has its own voice. We have won around 13, prizes during the last national level prizes in the last 2.5 years or 3 years. So in order to achieve cyber safe India, we need to have cyber safe Bengal. So we are striving towards that. And in order to do that, we need to have cyber security culture, cyber security satisfaction quotient that should be high, and cyber safe society. So thank you very much. Just to add to what Shobhik ji was talking to us, there was a report that FBI was actually FBI brought out some advisory. So when it happened, that advisory it was on something. So I'm not giving details. तो हमने उनको बताया कि FBI अभी 2023 में वो निकल रहे हैं, हमने इसको 2021 में हमारे एडवाइजरी में था. तो वही बात है, इसीलिए उन्होंने बताया कि आज जो सोच रहे हैं FBI कल सोच रहा है. तो दैट इज जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ यू. बट रिमेंबर वन थिंग, व्हाट Bengal is doing today, it is not the ownership of Bengal. It is the ownership of the entire country. It is the ownership of the people like you who support us, and it is the emancipation of these efforts can only be achieved when all of us actually come down and ensure that security awareness is a basic necessity of the mankind. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Sri Sanjay Kumar Das, for giving us insights on what is the overall situation of the country in terms of cyber security and what government of West Bengal is doing. Yes, I think, as I was telling from Mr. Nikhilji's presentation also, technological advancement, leveraging technology is the need of the hour. But what is most important is that we need to create awareness at the all level. Until unless we create awareness at the all level in different domain, we cannot be a cyber secure resilient ecosystem. That is the need of that. That's what West Bengal government's IT department is doing for sure. So let's shift our focus from the state of West Bengal to the state of Uttar Pradesh.